Please, be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
She is anxious for you to drink the wine first, and it's an anxiety you recognize. Not every knave prefers a blade in the ribs or arrow in the back. Some prefer poison.
Well spotted. But if I wanted you dead, I'd have crushed you with my vines. I've only added a touch of cloth grass, a quaint herb that encourages truth-telling. It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering. No, but it does leave the subject paralyzed. Whatever comes after, I would have you standing on your own 2 feet. Bottoms up. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it? Look around you. Good men, good women. Stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you. Can I? I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago. Believe me, he was well and truly dead. I locked his corpse in the Thorn Mausoleum myself. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope. The light is rather dim out here in the Shadowlands. The point remains. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight. You're the only one who can get inside the towers. You were born for this mission. Or made for it, rather. Besides, you need this. You need to heal yourself of your infection. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketheric's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet. You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, A faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Looks like that.
No, still incapable. Not for you to know. Well, come close. Your mind to mine. Are you satisfied? A kindred spirit, but I only wish to be an ox. Do you understand? How very kind. I'm so glad you understand. Here, a little token between friends for your discretion.
Do you like our new friend? He's new.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Glad to see you made it. I am. Indeed I am. On the double. One hoof quickly following the other. I remember you from the grove with the druids. I hoped to see you again. And now I have.
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet. We believe the cultists have taken Duke Ravengard to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in. I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them. Lord Gortash is the man responsible for the creation of the Steel Watch. It's no wonder he earned the title. The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking any lives, except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
Flame Color. That's your name, isn't it? Art Color? I'm Fistula.
Thaniel and
need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him. If you know how to get through to him, don't hesitate.
The patient is physically well, but psychologically detached, dissociated from himself.
He's been in the Shadowfell. All memories will have been stripped away. We need to remind him who he is. Some personal effects, maybe?
Lost in the shadows all this time. He must have left some part of himself behind. Something we can use.
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway.
His fingertips sport calluses and toughened skin, as if from manual labor, or playing a stringed instrument, perhaps.
If he does, he isn't sane.
Parchment in him.
Of healing. Time to press ahead.
My old friend, very good to see you again. Clever ruse showing off your little artifact. Jaheira was all too eager to believe you. My pleasure, true soul. I suppose General Thorm sent you to help with my mission. That's all right. I don't mind sharing the glory.
This man takes orders from General Thorm. Helping him may be just what you need to gain deeper access to the cult.
Isobel, the Selûnite cleric that guards this place. General Thorm wants her alive. I hope she'll see reason, but if that fails, I'll have to initiate more extreme measures. And I'll expect your help in the fight. Isabel's on the balcony. Should be nearly done with her prayers. Let's go say hello.
I didn't realize I had an audience.
Isobel, this is...
The true soul who's going to save us all. Pleased to meet you.
The urge deep within tingles. This is the one the butler commanded you to kill. You choke down the obscene thoughts racking your body with a shiver.
We've been waiting, hoping against hope, for someone like you. Free from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. Jaheira sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric.
The blessing falls uneasily over your tainted body. You can't help but dream. To kill her would destroy all of Last Light. You yearn for it so deeply.
Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, which will get you closer to the towers. It won't be enough to protect you against the areas of utter darkness, though, where the curse is strongest. This lantern should, though. Ha ha. You're not serious, are you? Where's Marcus?
Thanks for the introduction.
Not a step closer, Marcus. I'm warning you.
I don't know what your game is, but you can still redeem yourself if you follow my lead. My instructions are clear. Take the girl to Ketheric, alive. We are all alike in her service. Do as I say. The rewards will be great.
What's going on? If you have something to say, say it.
Pathetic. The Absolute sees all. Your treachery will be punished.
The Absolute. Of course. You can't believe them, Marcus. Ketheric will never give you whatever it is you've been promised.
He already has. Time to go, Isobel.
With Isobel dead, the whole sanctuary will be flooded with blood. A far finer future than her taken alive.
Come along.
Behold! The consequences of your actions.
Isobel! No! What in the nine hells happened? And you had no idea. After Marcus vouched for you at the gate, he didn't confide in you? I suppose I have no choice but to believe you. Isobel is gone. Soon the shadows will wash us all away. Listen closely, for there's very little time. Even if last light falls, your mission does not change. You must find Ketheric Thorm. And you must kill him. As impossible as that task sounds, there must be a way to break the spell that makes him invincible. There are secrets in this ancient waste, hidden from... But hark. Something stirs. It's happening. They'll all be taken by the shadows. Only by the grace of Isobel's spell will we be spared the same fate. We cannot hesitate. Not even for those we knew. Those we cared for. They're no longer who they were. Still your hearts, and steady your hands. To battle!
You help me, set me free.
It's all over. They're all gone. My brave ones, my friends, my harpers. I led them here. To this. As long as there was light. But no longer. I'm tempted to take your word for it. You are twice blessed, after all, by Isobel and by your artifact. But as for myself, I don't see another option than to make a desperate dash back to Baldur's Gate. Chances are slim I'd survive the journey back. But if I can warn the Dukes an army of absolutists is on the march, perhaps the city still stands a fighting chance. That proud determination of yours should shame me. But it heartens me instead. Pull aside the curtain of years and I can see myself echoing your resolve. Very well. I'll join you. And when Ketheric falls, I'll be there. For us, for them, and for the ones we love back home.
You know, I feel a connection between us. Like we're two souls walking the same path. Every step we walk trails blood. Killing is an instinct for us. I respect you for that. I would keep the murders in our own camp to a minimum. But otherwise, we're very much on the same page. I just worry that we're not considering all our options when it comes to our uninvited guests. How many people are infected with them, do you think? Hundreds? Thousands? And they're not just goblin trash. There are powerful people in the Worm's thrall. Whoever's waiting for us at Moonrise Towers controls it all.
But if we can take that control from them, imagine the power we'd wield. I mean, I assume there's some device controlling these things, so we find that, murder some people, and, Look, I'm not a details person, all right? But turning up and causing chaos has worked for us so far. I'm just saying, there's an opportunity before us. If we can control the tadpoles, we can keep ourselves safe and enjoy a little world domination on the side. You can't tell me that doesn't sound fun. I knew I was right about you. It's so good to find a kindred spirit. Of course, this all assumes we live long enough to find this, moonrise. But I'm feeling optimistic. It's not a plan yet. More a feeling. Just an itch at the back of my mind. But I know I'm missing something. Whatever Cazador did to me, it was more than his usual sadism. It had purpose. Once I know what that purpose was, maybe a plan will present itself. But for now, I just need to scratch this itch.